In my last video on converting the courses to Blackboard Ultra, I mentioned a few things that I would like to show you from my courses that may be considered good practice or best practice to include in a redo or a revamp of a course. So I'm going to go into my physical science class, which is a fully online class. And I have a Start Here module, and you'll notice my images. This is what I alluded to when you were creating a module where you could upload an image. So I just did a Google search for what I wanted my image to be, and I saved these images and then uploaded them so that the students could see those. So you'll see for my first module, I have Start Here. And when I click in this module, this is where I have all of the important information about the course. So you see I have my welcome post, I have my syllabus, and this course has a pre-test and an introduction discussion. So all of those are located here in my Start Here module. So when you click on the welcome post, you'll see here, this is where I provide my welcome with my personal information so that students have the opportunity to see me, to put that face to my name. I also have, some personal information here. And I've got this picture of me when I was in DC. And so I told them a little bit, about that as well. So this is just kind of, a overall welcome for the students. Then you'll see I also have my attendance policy and a little bit of information about the course here on this welcome post. Now, one thing I'd like to show you is the difference in appearance between the instructor view, which is what you're seeing right now, and the student view. So in the instructor view, when I click on the name of the module and it opens, I can see everything that's included there on this page. And for me to go into and out of these, I have to click in, X out, go into the next piece of information. But when I take a look at the student preview, what you'll see is a completely different look. So when the student clicks on the module, it will still open so they can see everything within that module. But when they click on the first post, they can read here and then go directly to the next item that is found within that module. So they don't have to click in and out of each separate thing. And that's the other reason why I recommended to use modules instead of folders, because it allows the students to just move from lesson to lesson or from, information to the next set of information without having to click on each item individually. So it allows them to be able to read everything, watch their videos because they're embedded right in here. This assignment expectations is something that I've also started embedding in my classes. I borrowed this from Dr. Guillory. He started including this in his courses, and I thought it was a really neat thing to put in to my courses so that students have these expectations. They're, written out for them. They have, how to turn in their assignments. And then here's a video on how to use the Cam Scanner app to be able to upload their assignments, how to download 365. We know a lot of our students like to use the Google Suite. They like to use Google Docs and Google Slides because that's what they got used to using in high school. And this shows them how to download Office 365, which they get for free, how to paraphrase, and a little bit about plagiarism. So all of that is in here for them. This also includes some information about labs, since this is a lab course, and then it goes directly into their pre-test where they can start that attempt. So each module is set up in that way, where they have, their weekly agenda, what they need to do, and then they can just go directly through their learning content, read, watch any videos that may be present. And then they can always click out of the X if they want to, but they do get the option to continue reading each thing in that module. I also mentioned when I was in the first video setting up the learning content about how I like to include the learning content, all in one page. In this particular course, there wasn't an open educational resource that I could just link to. I had to piece this together from multiple different open source textbooks. So instead of using links, I elected to copy and paste the material into the course itself. And you'll notice I just included my attribution here with each piece with the logo from where I found it, along with the proper attribution citations for Creative Commons. You'll notice I also have the video here embedded directly from YouTube with the link and the attributions there. A lot of times you'll find the attribution if you look at the About page for the content creator. In the case of this particular content, there was no attribution listed, and so I emailed the content creator directly and asked him if I was free to use this in my course, and he said yes, as long as I provided the link and gave him attribution that it was not compensated and that there could be no derivatives, that I had to use the video exactly as it was in whole. And so you are free to do that if you want to. You'll notice for this particular video, they have a different type of Creative Commons license because these are basically open and can be, added to or cut or snipped or however you want to use them. So it is very handy to be able to provide that credit for these different content creators for the videos that we use in our courses. And you'll see I have, 5 different pieces of learning content here, and I separated this just so that it wasn't one page that they had to scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll. And then we see their assignments here at the end of the learning content. So you'll notice with the images that I have here, again, this just adds a little bit of interest, a little bit of color to the page. Otherwise, it's just all black and white. And I just, again, used a Google search to look for images that related to the topics that we were going to be studying that week. Again, this is a personal choice, but something that provides a little bit of visual interest. Again, you are free to set up your course however you want to. We certainly don't want to restrict any type of academic freedom. These are just the ways that I have found in using Blackboard Ultra to be more effective for me and for my students. So thank you for watching. And if you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out and